Welcome back to another episode of Cobra Kai Companion, and I am Peter,
And I am Brianna.
and we are here. You guys, exciting news. We got a teaser for season 3, we got a release date for season 3, and confirmation of season 4.
Yes, we got so
Uh,
much.
uh, Hold on one sec. Are you hearing any feedback?
I am not. Are you?
Not. Okay. I'm trying to. There we go. No, that didn't that didn't do it. You guys, sorry, I'm like on my phone during work.
My mic is bouncing up and down as you talk, which is weird because it
Okay.
never does that.
Huh. Well,
So guys, how are you?
yep.
How is the chat? Can you hear us? Are we sounding weird?
Yeah, because I'm trying to figure out how to mute my main video here. I don't know. I don't know.
Um, turn the yeah. Now I'm hearing myself a little bit. Um,
You
okay,
are?
Marvin says we sound okay.
Yeah.
We're not having feedback or anything.
Man, how do I You guys, we're both at work trying to catch up to like all of our buddies, that are doing things.
Okay, so everybody says they can hear us pretty clearly. So
Okay.
we're going to take that as a good sign.
Okay, yeah, we'll just go. I just have the have us playing in my ear, so I'll just have to deal with it.
Okay. All right,
I just have
so
to, yeah.
the whole reason we're here, we're going to take the next 40 seconds and we're going to play this little thing that they gave us this morning if everyone's ready.
Oh man.
Here we go.
Here we go.
What did you think would happen?
Oh my god. It's so awesome.
All right, it just ended for me.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I let me just throw that out. Obviously, I think a lot of us knew season 4 was on the horizon, but in the clip today, it's confirmation. Season 4 is in training. So,
Yes.
um, oh God, I don't know where to start. I mean, yesterday, yesterday, yeah, man, I can't have this YouTube video up. It's really distracting. Um, so I'm just gonna have to look at nothing.
Okay, I can
All
tell
right.
you what we're
So
talking about.
okay. So yesterday, I kind of mentioned, all right, there's 16 heartbeats. Maybe it's January 6th. I wasn't so far off. I don't know if you want to count the flat line as two more beats. I don't know, but look, that was pretty damn close. I gotta say. So little pat on the back there. I don't know, Brianna. What are your initial thoughts? What do you got? I'm sure you have all the thoughts right now.
Well, I've got it running in the background without sound now, so it's visible to everyone at the moment as we go. My first thought was, holy crap, it's noon central, not Pacific. Um, I had literally just finished telling you that I thought it was probably going to be noon Pacific, and then I get the notification that, the Hurwitz had tweeted, and I'm like, oh, he did not. But yeah, he did.
Yeah, he sure did. Yesterday we were trying to think like if 16 was any significance because of the amount of heartbeats that I counted. Then we started thinking about 16 hours, but it released 1 o'clock Pacific time yesterday, so that would put us at 5 a.m. today. Clearly, nothing happened at 5 a.m. And we know that things are usually announced at the top of the hour. So, like for the first 2 hours at work, you guys saw us on Twitter. It's like, something coming? No? Okay, all right. Well, see you guys in an hour.
Right.
Watch party, yeah, was in the same boat. He's like, hey, see you guys in an hour. So, um, oh man, some of you may have seen my like immediate reaction on Twitter. I think um, I think that reached over a few hundred the last time I saw. I'm trying to stay off my phone because, you guys, I am at work, and yesterday I went into like half an hour of overtime. Management's not happy with me, and my performance this morning, I'm already behind because we got the Banquies, right? We're announcing our very first award show. That's going to kick off sometime later today. We got two categories where the fandom can vote: best episode of season one, best episode of season two. In the midst of me trying to post that, we get the teaser for season three, and so I have to put that in the back burner. Obviously, we want to give the attention to the show right now because that's what's more important. But yeah, just we didn't. I didn't see a character I was hoping to see a tease of, but we got him right in the very very first teaser in the Legacy trailer. This one we see following the events of the season finale of season two. We got everybody all kinds of roughed up and bloody knuckles and all of that.
Well,
Let's
a lot of
this
them, not all of them.
Not
Um,
all of them, no, definitely not. But this live stream that we're doing now is going to be a brief one because, again, we're both on our lunches here. And we are going to do a much deeper dive later this evening, time to be determined, with Watch Party. He will be joining us just like he did during the Legacy trailer, I think it was. Or was it just talk about Chosen? I forget.
yeah, it was kind of
Chosen
both.
theories
Yeah,
or
because we did
season three? Yeah.
the Easter egg kind of Easter egg hunt and all that stuff in there too. Um,
Yeah.
but I've got all the screenshots of all the new scenes and everything, but we can hold those back for tonight. Um,
Yes.
so we can get a little bit deeper. For now, I'll just leave it running with no sound um, back there behind us. Um, my initial impression, someone beat the shit out of Johnny Lawrence. Um, and it was
It's
like,
a
wait,
Is it like a
what?
Fight Club sequence where he's beating himself up in the parking lot? You
Um,
think it's
I don't know, and it's like there's at least two potential culprits, maybe three. Um, in the trailer, you've got Hawk with blood dripping off his hands. Like, this is a 16-year-old kid with his hands covered in blood. What the hell did he just do?
could it be his own? He's taking out an aggression off of some sort of training dummy, aka Bob, something like that.
I
We don't know.
I don't know. He does not look cool. Does not look good. Looks rather terrifying. Kreese has been punched in the face a couple of times himself. Um, Bloody nose, split lip, um, and then the scene at the apartments. We've got Daniel and Johnny there together, obviously, and they're not beating the hell out of each other. So that's a good sign for me. But there's a very real possibility that Daniel is being a fucking mega douche back there again. Um, so we'll have to see how that pans out. Um, Everyone is beat up or in like serious, serious trouble except Daniel,
Hmm.
um, who also happens to be the only one we hear talk. So I don't know what any of that means.
He found balance. Nobody else, everyone else is unhinged and unbalanced. I don't know. Um,
And the crazy one is the crazy one is stable. No, I don't think that for a second. Um,
yeah.
Hawk has a tat over the moon. Mikey just brought it up in the chat again too. Over the moon tattoo is now a Grim Reaper.
So that means that at some point Hawk went back to Rico, his boy Rico,
Right.
right? Got another tattoo, so we may not see that. This is
Uh,
going to be a really packed season three. There's so much, and the two of the big. I don't know if Josh is Josh awake. I don't know if Josh has really tweeted anything since like the trailer came out. I know John and Hayden's kind of been out there, but they've also been tweeting out like all answers will be, or all questions will be answered. Uh, I don't know which questions they're talking about because I think this teaser gave us so much more. We got a character with a haircut, a character with a new tattoo, bloody pulped characters. A lot to unwind.
Yeah, and at the end there, intentional or not, kind of leaning toward, yeah, it is. Getting serious Johnny Cade vibes from Miguel at the end.
Yeah,
Um, like instantly when he opens his eyes, it was like, oh my god, he looks like Ralph.
he
Um,
kind of did. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, looks so much like Johnny Cade laying in his bed, dying that
Outside
it has to be
outside of reference for
has
those
to
that
be on
don't know.
purpose.
Yeah,
Um, Sam just completely distraught, crying um, in Amanda's arms. Dipstar keeps saying that Daniel is crying. Daniel's not crying. Daniel's upset, but Daniel doesn't cry. We've established that. There have been several times he probably should have, and he doesn't. He'll get tears in his eyes, but he doesn't cry. And he's not really crying there either. He looks upset about something. Which,
hmm,
how could you not be? Um,
yeah,
with everything that's obviously going on, just from these little glimpses we've seen here and there. To answer a couple of things, like my initial reaction when I grabbed the screenshots and put them on Twitter, Johnny is not visiting jail. When you're visiting jail, you're not allowed that close to the cells. For him to be touching the bars, he has to be behind them.
hmm,
Johnny is in jail. Why? We have no idea. But based on the clothing that he's wearing, he is either in jail immediately before or immediately after having gone to the hospital to see Miguel.
yeah.
Um,
Speaking of incarceration here, Robbie. I okay, so I must have watched it like 4 or 5 times, and again, it's all while I'm working, so it's not like 100% attention on the details. But I know in the sequence where we see Robbie incarcerated, people are wearing like SJDC, so I don't know if it's like San Jose Detention Center, San Jacinto. Like I don't know towns in California. I'm sure there's people in the group that do. So
San
that
Joaquin, I think, is in the valley.
Okay, well there you go. So we don't know where that is, how far that is from Reseda, Encino, like any of that. So there's something there, right? So maybe we can look at a map later on for our deep dive. I'm trying to think like what else do I recall seeing? Do you? I don't think there's any Dimitri, right?
No, there's not.
Okay, so it's like just about everybody of the main cast minus Dimitri.
Yes.
Okay, so maybe I don't know.
That
I don't know.
people are mentioning in the chat. Who was it that just said it? Jim Brony thinks that's Miguel behind Tori, which I've seen a few people on Twitter say that that might be Miguel. I don't think it is. I mean, just all we can see is this basic black outline of a person behind Tori. We don't even really know for sure that whether it's a man or a woman. All we can see is the short hair. Doesn't seem tall enough to be Sholo.
Yeah, and also if that is true, then he wakes up even sooner than some people speculating that that's like towards the end of the season.
Right, right.
Which
Because
I don't
what?
think Miguel would be in a coma for like most of season three.
No, and Watch Party brought up, that most of this is most likely from the first two episodes, and they did that last year with season two, where all of the teasers and the sneak peeks and everything that we got, with the exception of the one they showed in Chicago, which was the double date,
Mm-hmm.
they were all from the first two episodes. And
Right.
we were trying to figure out how they would fit all of that into episodes. Um, this appears to be even more packed than the first two episodes of last year. Um, so, um,
Another reason some of these episodes are a little bit longer than in the previous two seasons as well.
right.
So for those that are aren't on Twitter, that's where we get a lot of our information. We follow like everybody that's on Twitter. Obviously, John, Josh, and Hayden, Ralph, Marty, Billy. We follow them all, so we feel that we're pretty well informed and in tune with what's being put out there. And not to mention that we also cover the entirety of John Hurwitz's Q&As on Twitter. So we have heard the same questions asked over and over, him answering them over and over. The thing about Tori, I don't think Watch Party mentioned this, but it could even be a flashback.
It could be, and I'll tell you, I was just thinking about that because Jim Brony just mentioned the short hair later in the season. We have
Oh,
that Instagram photo that Peyton put up last year that she took down of
mm-hmm,
her in the makeup chair with
mm,
short black hair and the black fingernails.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Um, and I hadn't
So,
thought about that in months, but if that's what Tori is later, then this could be Tori in a flashback. And someone else, I'm let me scroll back up and see who it was. Someone had mentioned the time jump that they're supposed to be, because Billy said that it was going to pick up a little while after, which I said, well, that could mean the next morning. Um,
right, right,
if we're seeing Miguel wake up, if we're seeing Sam still at the hospital, this is a matter of a couple of days at the most. Even if she's there to visit Miguel, this is not a super long amount of time. We're not talking weeks or months. We're talking a matter of days. Now, there were also the mentions that TB3 have made of nonlinear storytelling, which is also a possibility. So we might be jumping back and forth all over the place um, throughout the whole season. We don't know.
right. We don't. Um, what the when we see Tori, what did that environment look like to you?
A strip club.
Me too. Okay. Um, because I wasn't sure if I wanted to say that, but you throwing it out first. That's exactly what it looks like to me. I may have been in a few, so that's where my mind went. Um,
I've never been a stripper, but I've seen them on TV.
well, sure. Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah,
it's something about the neon and the dark, how
yeah.
dark the room is and things like that.
Too lit
Watch
to
Party
be a
says
dance
that he
club.
doesn't think that they mentioned the nonlinear storytelling. He thinks that was just him. Um,
Mm,
I knew I got it from somewhere.
yeah.
Um, but I mean, it is possible because we did have a little bit of nonlinear storytelling in season two. And honestly, throughout the first two seasons, every time they flash back to the movies, it's nonlinear storytelling. We're jumping back and forth.
Hmm.
Um, but we definitely did with the Hawk scene when he was still Eli.
Was right. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And that harked back to the first season in episode 102.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Did anything else stand out to you other than just kind of confirming what they've been saying is, more fights, just more extravagant sequences, I'd imagine.
Um, a,
Where,
a little bit of disappointment.
okay,
40 seconds, and I'm slightly disappointed because that makes sense. um,
23.
uh, yeah. I think when you put the tag and everything on the end, all the Netflix logos and stuff, it's like 40 all total. But
Yeah.
everyone's bloody except Daniel. And I have made no secret of my opinion that Daniel needs his ass kicked badly.
And you
So,
know what? Maybe that's a reveal that they don't want to put their eggs in, you know, all eggs in one basket, right? They want to hold some things close to them. And us seeing Daniel, we're gonna know he's been involved in a big fight. So I think showing us the characters that we already kind of anticipate getting into a fight, I think that just kind of makes us like, okay, yeah, we were right, you know. So Johnny either got drunk and went to go fight some folk, or he went back to the dojo and fought Kreese. Not sure, but Daniel getting into fight, I think we want to hold on to that maybe for the official trailer.
Right. I noticed that, kind of as far as who gets the most screen time, there's only one shot of Daniel, other than the
Hmm.
one of him really fuzzy in the background behind Johnny. But
I
he,
do think that's him.
yeah, oh, that's definitely him. Um,
Yeah, because Watch Party was thinking it could be Miguel too.
that's Ralph. Um,
Right.
coming from someone who spotted him from, 600 yards away in a blurry photo on Tybee Island, that's Ralph Macchio standing back there. Um, so there's only the one shot of Daniel other than the two of them together. If you add that, there's three of Johnny, there's two of Sam. There is a ton of Robbie and Miguel because there's so much of the fight in there. So even
Right.
though there's only the one shot of Robbie, it seems like the focus of this is more on the boys,
Hmm.
and kind of what the boys did affecting everyone around them. Um,
Right. Yeah, because I mean that was the cliffhanger, right? What happened to Miguel? All the Netflix fans were like, "Oh, he's dead," so
right?
they needed to kind of address that. Like, no, he's not dead, and I guess some of these newer fans they actually need visual evidence. They don't listen to the people that they follow apparently. Um, yeah, I think it was important to kind of show where Robbie and Miguel is because er, basically what you said, their actions affected everybody. So we're kind of seeing the aftermath. Um, I'm very excited to see like the Robbie part, just because, we know Miguel's in a coma. What's going to happen after that is obviously something we want to know. But the visual of Miguel opening his eyes and waking back up, I don't think is as interesting as seeing Robbie with shorter hair and in juvie.
I like that they put it at the end. I like the power of it, because the first half of the trailer is dedicated to watching Miguel fall.
Hmm.
Um, I was right in some of the things I said during the off season. Talked a few times about Miguel having a halo, which he's going to be wearing that for 6 to 8 months potentially.
Hmm.
So, because that's the standard course of treatment. I have a friend from high school who was in a car wreck and broke his neck, and he wore that halo for almost 9 months. Um, so um, that's a thing. We've got no Carmen in here, which kind of surprised me. You would think since it's her son that she would make an appearance somewhere. Um, Sam's scar actually really upsets me because she's going to have that for the rest of her life, and every time she looks at it, she's going to remember. She's never going to be able to escape that. It's going to
Right.
be there forever. Um, no Raymond, but not surprised at that. I'm going to save most of my rampant speculation for tonight with Watch Party. Um, but I will say that I hope to hell that Daniel is not saying that to Johnny.
Repeat the line again.
What did you think was going to happen?
Yeah, I mean that could be him talking to Robbie.
That could be
Maybe.
him talking to Robbie, to Kreese, to Amanda. I mean, that could be him talking to anyone.
Right.
Um, I just
Tori's
really,
mom. You
really
know.
hope he's not saying that to Johnny. I think he might be because his lips might actually match up to the words, but I don't want him to say that to Johnny. I want them to be friends, damn it. Quit being assholes
Yeah.
to each other.
Well.
I just really don't want to go through another entire season of douchebag Daniel. I don't think I can do it.
But that's coming from Daniel Stan, right? I mean,
Yes.
this is Johnny's story. This is Johnny's show.
No.
Um,
No. No. This is Johnny and Daniel's story.
okay, well, this is still Johnny's show. It's called Cobra Kai, not Cobra Kai Miyagi-Do.
Don't you even.
Okay,
Don't.
if we want at least 6 seasons, they can't be friends in season 3. Um, it's gonna take a while. But the creators, the writers, all of them, they have surprised us before. They can be friends, and then something could happen at the end of season three. I don't know.
I mean,
But we're not here to talk about that.
yeah, I say I'm not above admitting that Daniel is a dick. He
Yeah,
just happens to be my favorite fictional character in the history of anything ever. But
sure.
he's a dick, and he's been one since he was 15 years old. He's very good at it.
Yeah.
I mean, he just is.
Yeah, I mean it's a conversation, right? The tone is clearly not cordial, so
It's a little
even
testy.
if he says it to
It's
Johnny,
yeah.
that makes sense. But it's out of context. We'll deep dive once we get more of it, whether it be the season three trailer or season three itself. We definitely got to wrap it up. I know you and I were
Yes.
yeah, finishing up our lunch here, and
Yes.
but we will resume later tonight. Sorry if it's too late, but c'est la vie. I mean, it's going to be a live stream, but you guys can always check out the episode the next day. It'll still be up. And obviously, we'll put that on the audio podcast as well for those that do listen to it that way.
Yes.
So, sorry I wasn't able to look at the chat room and maybe answer some questions that might have been asked. But for those that are night owls, yeah, just expect to kind of join us live sometime later tonight. Again, follow us on social media so that way you can get the time once we announce it. Again, Watch Party will be joining us and deeper dive. And maybe we'll be able to take some questions then because all of us will
Yes.
be sitting in front of a computer and not me in my work vehicle on my phone.
Right.
So,
Yeah. We'll be able to. And I've definitely got things I want to say, and a little bit more of the rampant speculation. So, yep, we will do
yes,
that tonight.
and I definitely want to watch it a little bit more and pause scenes and things like that.
Yep.
So, all right, everyone, follow us on our main Facebook page. So if you want to tune in to like the whole Banquise Awards that we're doing and vote on the categories once I put up the poll, the link to the survey or the poll rather, it will be on our main Facebook page. So just give that a follow and just wait for the post sometime today in the next few hours.
Yep, and all relevant socials are in the video description, so you can follow us, like us, find us, tweet us, do whatever you want to do down there. Got
That's
all
right.
that ready for you?
Instagram,
Yep.
Instagram, Twitter,
Instagram,
Facebook group
Twitter,
page,
Facebook,
all of
YouTube,
it.
all of it.
We're everywhere.
It's all there.
We're everywhere that some people are sick of us. So, all
Yes.
right. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you guys later tonight.
Alrighty, bye guys.